Okay, so this is our Unit 2 project, and I am Molly.
And I'm Cody. What's a standard? A standard is basically what information the student should know or should be able to know by the end of the semester and how they will grasp that knowledge. Standards can be found in textbooks, online, and even in some instances the schools can provide the standards based on the district and the state. Teachers also can get ideas for standards from teachers who have been teaching for a little bit longer, tenured teachers. We definitely chose a kindergarten science standard from Alabama Learning Exchange website. We're investigating the resulting motion of objects when forces of different strengths and direction act upon them. So basically the push and pull of objects. And we showed students that tug of war is a good activity to demonstrate this particular standard.
Okay, next are objectives, and objectives are defined, observable, measurable outcomes for the students that show how much the learner has progressed towards achieving and learning that certain goal. And when you write these, you use the ABC method. And the objectives for our science lesson are to describe relative strengths and direction of the push and pull applied to an object by participating in tug of war and classroom lectures. And the next one is to describe objects and their motions by answering exit questions.
So what are the ABC models and the DOK wheel? The ABC model is A is the audience, the students. Students will be able to. B is behavior, what they're going to do and how they're going to act during this particular activity. C is the condition, how they're going to do it. And then D is the degree, how often they're going to be able to do that correctly. The DOK wheel, it gives you verbs you can use in your specific objectives. There's 4 different levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's recall, skill and concept, strategic thinking, and extended thinking. And this wheel over to the right that you see is the DOK wheel that has all the different verbs and describes the particular standards. To introduce the forces, we're basically going to show you a short YouTube video about pushing and pulling of objects. It's about 4 minutes long, and we're going to show it to you.
Distance. It's made it clear that the best memories don't happen miles apart. They happen.
Welcome to Kids Academy.
How about it, Molly?
Hi.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about forces. You know, push or pull on an object. Like when I push this banana across the table, or if I pull it toward me.
What is a force?
That's a good question. What is a force? Let's talk about it. When an object moves from place to place, we call that motion. In order for an object to be put into motion, a force has to be applied to it. That force can be either a push or a pull. Now that we know.
Okay, that's just a little bit of the video. It goes on and shows like examples of the different activities, and it tells you like the definition of a push and pull, and it's a really easy video that could help the children learn. Okay, next, how we're going to teach the lesson is we just showed you how we would introduce it with our video, and then we would have a lecture or easily demonstrate to the class the concepts of forces and pushing and pulling. And then with the worksheet on the right is what we would help the students with during that lecture. And Then we would allow the children to play tug of war and learn the different forces and how pushing and pulling works during the game. Next, we would give an exit slip after tug of war to see what they have learned. And then lastly, we would assess the students and see what they've learned by a cut and paste on their own. And then our procedures during our lesson, the activities were the video, the lecture with the worksheet, tug of war, an exit slip, and a cut and paste. And for direct instruction, we would be demonstrating and lecturing our students, and children would have to be paying attention and listening. And we could do one-on-one work for students who need the help and weren't completely understanding the concept.
To finish our lesson up, we're going to assess the students with an exit slip. Basically, since it's going to be kindergarten, we'll probably just ask out loud and have the students answer individually some different questions. A couple of examples are what happened to the students when one side pulled the rope, and then another one is you could say what happened when both students pulled the rope at the same time, and then kind of ask them to explain what force is.
And then finally, to assess our students and see if they had actually understood the standard, was we found a cut and paste worksheet that they could do on their own, and there are different push and pull activities at the top, and they would have to sort them into the column if they were a push or a pull. And that is our presentation. Thank you.
Thanks.